a good evening wrap up today. I don't think I did my daily vertical live today. Got a little sidetracked, had a lot of work to do. Started editing early this morning. And so I was making some good progress. And again, sometimes when I'm making good progress and I'm on a roll, I want to keep on going. So I thought I would jump on here real quick this evening and talk a little bit about what I finished today. So, what made me not able to stop editing and do my vertical live with you guys today was that I was rolling in, finishing up the feature film I've been working on for the last month and a half. So what I accomplished was today I did the final sweetening on the dialogue track, which worked out really well. I then moved on to the atmosphere track and finished that up. What I did was I moved on to the color correction. And the problem I had, well, really wasn't a problem, but it was an issue, was that the film was shot over a long period of time. And what happened was the director ended up using three different cameramen with three different cameras, all 4K. So all the images look good. I think two cameramen shot in log, and I wasn't sure what log it was. I think one was Sony log, and I think one was Panasonic log. But this is a little tip right up front. Sometimes when you don't know what the footage was shot in, you can look in the metadata of one of the original images. And so I was able to find out that one was shot in Panasonic log and the other one was shot in Sony S-Log 2, I think, or S-Log 3. But what I ended up doing was some of the images, the lighting was uneven. And so what I did was I used a generic log filter on the log footage, and then I color graded by eye. And sometimes that's difficult. I have a monitor that is pretty good quality, and it's set up, it's an entry level color grading monitor, 4K. So I use that, and I did most of the color grading by eye. Sometimes that's difficult. And one thing I know, which I'm really sure of, was some of the scenes look different, slightly. It's not one consistent color grade, which is what I normally like to get, one overall look for the whole film. But again, something else that helped me, and this is part of the tip, when you do scene by scene color correcting, you can go back and forth between the previous scene and the scene you're working on to try to get a consistent look throughout the whole film. Now, that was kind of difficult, but that's the tip. When you are trying to color grade different footage from different cameras, it's good to have a view of the previous version that you completed, of the previous scene, the previous look, and then try to match that to the next look, especially if it's a different camera. And three different cameramen, different settings, different, luckily two of them were shooting in log, and the other cameraman wasn't shooting in log. He had picked a look. And so what I tried to do, and this is the basis of the tip, try to match it to the burned in look. That's the best you can do. The burned in look wasn't bad. So I tried to match all the other footage, the log footage, to the burned in look. And luckily I had a great, probably like the second half of the film, one of the most extensive halves as the film's coming to an end. I would say maybe the end of Act 2 and all of Act 3 were all shot the same day, I think, by the same cameraman who was using log footage. So that was a big help for me. So again, the tip is try to match your log footage to the burned in camera footage, if you can. So that's just a little tip. That's what I do. I don't try to change the burned in footage. If I need to lighten it, some of it I had to go scene by scene and lighten and darken it a bit. So that was helpful. That was one of the things that I had to do also after I decided on the overall look. That's the benefit of shooting in log footage, because you can sometimes match different cameras and you can't even tell the difference. So it turned out well. It turned out well to me. like again, some scenes are a little bit lighter, and that's in any film. Some of the scenes, the environment that you're in, like this room I'm in right now is a pretty dark room. I'm only using overhead light to light myself to do this video. And it is right above me. So that's not optimum, but sometimes you got to go with what you have. You have to, what's that saying? There's a saying that, what's the best camera to shoot with? The camera that you have. So that's an old photographic saying. So again, that got that done. And then what did I do? I did something else that was big. Oh, I started getting together. I was able to finish 2 YouTube projects, which I'm happy about. One I was able to finish that talks a little bit about mixing, what I just talked to you about now, mixing artificial intelligence generated video with real footage. So that's something that I did in this film. And it was actually the first time I did it because, you know, what has it been? 2 or 3 months or 4 months that artificial intelligence video was out here for us to use. So this was the first time I was able to generate some supplemental images. Now I'm still not ready to use artificial intelligence video to do a whole project. I know some people have done it. Some of them look okay. I like sharp, real images with real actors. I guess because I'm an actor, I'm a longtime filmmaker, I still believe in real actors. If I had the funding, I would shoot on film. So I started out shooting on film, and once digital video became so prevalent and so easy to use, honestly, I switched over to digital video. But if I had the funding, I would continue to shoot on film. But anyway, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But I use the artificial intelligence to supplement. You'll see the video. Go to my channel and look for my most current video, not a short, a full-length video, and you'll see how I used the artificial intelligence generated video to supplement this feature film I've been editing. So there were some points in the film where I wanted to explain something as an editor's point of view. I wanted to explain something a little bit more. I wanted to elaborate. Some shots that weren't taken by the camera man, I tried to fill in where I could. Only did it in a few scenes, but it was a great experience mixing the artificial intelligence generated video with real video and real actors. So good experience, learned a lot. I talk a lot about it in the video. Go to my channel, watch that video about using artificial intelligence and real video. It's pretty interesting. I'm probably gonna have to make another one to get more into detail about it. I'll see how this one performs first. That's the beauty of here on YouTube. I can look at my channel. I can see if people watch the video before I go ahead and make a part 2 or a part 3. So I worked on that. And then also I have another video that I put out. Vic, the comedian that works with me, he's collaborator, put out one of his videos. That's on the channel. And I ask you to go to my channel, watch some of my videos in my playlist. I'm now focusing on my watch hours. I just crossed over 1,500 watch hours. I need to get to 4,000, so I still have quite a way to go. And the only way I'm gonna be able to do that, I'm gonna start trying to ask you guys to go to my channel, watch some of my playlists, and you don't have to stay glued to the television. Turn it on and let it play in the background. Help me out. I want to reach to that 4,000 watch list, and I need you guys' help. Go there and watch some of my playlists. Just put it on, let it go in the background. Every little bit helps. I really appreciate it because you guys have got me to, I think I'm over 930 something subscribers. So thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing it, and I'm doing it because you're helping me. People have been sharing my content. People have been sending me lots of emails asking questions, and I appreciate that. I love to talk about acting, directing, and editing. That's what I talk about on the channel. And I'm also slipping in some AI where it references editing or filmmaking because it's getting so big. I'm not one that ignores it. You'll see all my shorts. I put some shorts, number of new shorts up today talking about artificial intelligence video. I don't ignore it. I'm not afraid of it. I embrace it. I embrace all tools. I'm a digital guy. I love this new technology. I'm an end user of these tools. I can't write code. I wish I could. Well, no, I don't. I like using it. I like using the tools that people who can write code come up with. That's why they're so successful, because a lot of people like me like to use these tools, and they're really big. They're really useful. I'm not going to get into it too much right now, but I don't see, I know people are afraid of artificial intelligence taking away jobs. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But the real short answer that I always say is become part of it. Learn it. It's free right now. Learn it. Learn what's relevant to your job. And you become the go-to person that knows how to use artificial intelligence to do your job. Whatever your job is, you can do it better. You can offer your services right now as an expert in artificial intelligence. And that's not hyperbole. If you go to the sites, they freely give away manuals and deeper dive. Some sites even give away deeper dive manuals on how to use their software, what it can do, because they want users. They want people to use it. And you learn that, and you can help people. You can be the middleman. A lot of business owners, a lot of executives, they want to, everybody's throwing around the buzzword AI, but they don't even do much more than use ChatGPT for a souped up version of Google. So learn the programs, learn how to use it, learn how it's useful. There's new stuff coming out all the time. You can't learn it all, but you can learn as much as possible. And one of the things about it is a lot of it works the same. A lot of it works the same. The key to it is being able to write the prompts to get the software to do what you want it to do. And that's something that I learned working on this film. I learned more about artificial intelligence generated videos than I did in the first 3 or 4 months when I was just playing around with it. So I used it for this project, and it forced me to continue to write prompts. One little tip about writing prompts is don't write your prompt into the program with a little box where you put a description into your prompt. Write it on a scratch paper. Write it on a Word document. Because what happens is, and what's happened to me a number of times, it generated something I didn't want. So I had to write a more detailed prompt or a better prompt explaining what I wanted. And once it's submitted, you don't have access to that prompt anymore. So you have to write everything over again. So if you have a list of prompts that you're using on a project, just keep a running list, because then you can just cut and paste and build a new prompt and add more details when you need more details so that the software can give you what you want. Hopefully it gives you what you want. That's one of the things I talk about in the video on my channel that I made. Have a look at it. How difficult it was, how frustrating it is. You ask for something and you're paying for this service. I'm paying for this service. I'm not using the free services. I'm paying for it. And I type this long prompt in. It starts running. It takes about 5 minutes depending upon how difficult it is. And boom, it comes out. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. One example of that is that one time it came out and the character had his arms connected to his body, but then on the other side of him, there were 2 more versions of his arm in the frame, moving along with what he was moving. So it was mirrored his arms. And that's just some of the issues. And it's very frustrating because it's very time consuming, thought intensive. That's why one of my little tips is to create your prompts in a separate document, and you can reuse them that way, especially if you're working on a long form project. And this was a feature film, so a lot of the prompts I wrote were similar. And a lot of times the characters, one time the character was funny, everything looked good, except when the character got in the car, his race changed. He changed from African American, changed from black to Caucasian. So, that wasn't going to work. So it's weird. It's great. It's showing us a glimpse of what's coming for the future, but it's not realistic. The images, no matter how good they look, they're not human, and you can tell if you're really looking, especially if you're a creator. If you're on the creator side, a lot of regular people that are just flipping through, YouTube Shorts or through TikTok can get fooled by these fake images. And people are getting up in arms by some of the offensive images that are being made. And now there's a big thing about artificial images of dead celebrities, and people have been sending them to the family members. It's just, I don't know. I know anytime something new comes out, people abuse it. And there's no way that we as humans can stop each other from abusing technology, just like the internet, the dark web, all the illegal elements that are part of the internet. Unfortunately, we have to take that with the good. You have to take the good with the bad. You try to police it. Hopefully, the law enforcement are learning. We have some smart people inside law enforcement that try to catch the people that are using the internet for bad. And now it's going to have to be the same thing. When people are using artificial intelligence to try to fool people, to trick them out of their money. So that's already coming. That's already there, where they have an image of someone and they do a video call and they're asking for money or they're asking for services, or they're doing fake news and they're asking you to donate to disasters that happen. So people have to be aware, no matter what feature comes out, no matter what service is invented, someone is going to try to use it to scam people out of their money. Someone is going to try to use it for a scam. They're going to try to use it. Don't get caught up into it. And again, that's another area that you can learn. Finding out how to identify, making yourself the expert to identify fake videos. That's a service that you could offer. There's many services that can be offered dealing with artificial intelligence. So you, as the person out there, and I'm talking to college graduates. There's a lot of college graduates out there that talk about, they're having a hard time finding a job. Artificial intelligence is another way that you can add something to your resume that relates to your degree that will make you more valuable. And it's something that can be self-taught. Right now, I'm starting to see a lot of services pop up that say they're going to teach you about, how to use artificial intelligence. But all that stuff can be learned from the company's site. You don't need to pay anybody for that right now. Don't pay anybody. If you're serious and you want to learn it, go to the site. They're freely giving it away. Sometimes they have simple user manuals. They have more detailed manuals if you search for them. You can use ChatGPT to search for them. Find out the software, artificial intelligence software, that's of use to you and your career, and learn it. Become an expert in it. Become the go-to person. You can offer that as a service. You can put that on your resume. That can be a standalone business, actually. That's no joke. That could be a standalone business where you help businesses implement artificial intelligence into their services to help their customers. I know right now a lot of artificial intelligence is a big giant buzzword where they're sticking that artificial intelligence word on everything, onto computers, onto radios, onto television, onto door television, smart televisions, onto everything, refrigerators with AI. So it's just a buzzword right now. But if you can position yourself to where it's something that you can benefit from, don't fear it. There's nothing we can do about stopping it. And as an actor, I'm a SAG actor, I'm a character actor. I've been doing this business for over 35 years. And a lot of actors are afraid. And I understand. But I feel that they're afraid of something that is still off in the future. Again, in the video that I produced, you can find out that I feel that we're still going to be using human actors. Human actors are still going to be useful. We're still going to be around for a while. I don't know how long, 10, 20 years, who knows. But the people that are going to make the decision are you, the viewers. The producers are going to start producing content. You can see on YouTube, a lot of people are making short films with artificial intelligence. And I wouldn't watch it. Because I have any kind of ethical concern. It's just not entertaining. It's just not real. You can look at it, and I know people say they're cartoon movies, but cartoon movies, you have ultimate control. You have ultimate control to do a Disney film. They have ultimate control of the characters, ultimate control of character consistency, ultimate control of the environment that the characters are in. Artificial intelligence is still not ready. It's not ready to give us as creators that control. And I firsthand know, because I sat there for about a month and I just used it on this project, and it's not ready to take over what we do with cameras out in the field and what we do with real actors out in the field. So this was just supposed to be a little bit of a wrap up of the day. So I gave you your tip at the beginning, and I will wrap up now. I'll see you again in the morning. You have a good evening, and thanks for stopping by. See you in the next one.